Well, we're going live.
Wow. Only in Hawaii, right?
Only in Hawaii.
Shout out to my peoples.
What's up, y'all?
Malika. We got Malika, Jimmy. Dutchie gonna join us. Y'all know I'm Bulleye, and we talk about real stuff, and we get to the bottom of everything. And this is people been raving. They've been wanting to see the people. They tell me, my personal friends, they love it, and that's all I care about is my personal friends, people in my life. You know what I mean? So Malika, how you doing? How was
I'm
the
doing
weekend?
great, guys. How are you guys doing tonight? Or today, right?
Well, I'm great. Big Jimmy, the dangerous one. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, my man. Good to be here with you guys.
Man, well,
here, brother. Here.
That's definite.
You know, when you do this stuff, you're eventually going to have a podcast, a barbecue where everybody meets everybody to talk for real.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's what we're waiting for.
That would be awesome.
At Mia's house. She's down there by the beach, so
yeah, without a doubt, man.
But yeah, man, definitely. We got some topics today, and Dutchie is supposed to join us momentarily. But we here, we hear from our peoples. They all love Malika. They all love Jimmy. The people that watch this, and we speaking real. We speak honest. That's what we do. Am I wrong?
Nah,
that gets you in a lot of trouble, because a lot of people don't like to hear the truth about themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Sometimes I don't like to hear the truth about me, but hey.
Yeah, and they criticize Dave Chappelle and George Carlin, but you know what? Those are two. Well, one comedian did keep it real, but Dave Chappelle keeps it real, man.
Yeah, they're honest.
I was always a fan of George and Dave, so
for sure, big time. Especially Dave, he's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
I know Jimmy, so he's one of Jimmy's favorites too. Dave Chappelle.
Oh man, he's you could watch a comedian, you could listen to him, about his jokes, but when you could talk about real life scenarios and make a joke about it in a way, it makes you say, he's right. You're not, you do have people that are just stupid today that attack these comedians. And again, they're doing a job, the whole idea is to make fun of celebrities. And we're going in a bad direction. You saw how they attacked Dave Chappelle, on stage.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with everything you guys are saying. And it's almost like the First Amendment, like they're trying to censor these guys. So no, I'm sorry. I bet you this is Tony calling me.
Yes, that's.
But they're trying to censor these guys. I just recently watched something on YouTube. No, it wasn't YouTube. I think it was Prime TV. And there's like a documentary, and it goes over a whole bunch of comedians, and they're telling their stories and how they can't say certain words. And this is really starting to affect the comedians that are in college now, right?
It's bad for comedy.
Because kids are getting thrown out for being comedians nowadays because people are offended and people get, we're in such a society now that it's just, you can't say or do anything.
Yeah,
that's right.
I do believe there should be boundaries. And even with comedians, like certain things immediately you can't jump on, like people dying or certain different things. Yeah, I do believe there should be boundaries as far as a society, as far as humans. You should feel like, yo, why is he like? It should be a universal thing that everybody should know. Like, nah. So if people don't know that, then there should be boundaries to make these people know that you can't joke on everything every time. Sorry, sometimes there should be boundaries. You can't just fucking make a joke about my dad that died yesterday over no.
But what if they didn't know your dad died yesterday and you were in the audience and they were just making a joke in general?
Yeah.
Hey, did you happen to see the roast with the kid Davidson that's going with Kim? Hey brother, what's happening?
Hey brother.
I'm sorry, who is that?
That's you the one that
shoot, I'm sorry, darling. I saw the baseball cap.
Come on, man. We started community. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. You're so tiny on my phone. You're like an icon, so forgive me.
It's okay.
Computer.
Good afternoon. Morning on my end. I'm a little late, man. They took too long with my breakfast, so y'all forgive me.
You gotta eat. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
I ain't exposed
Yeah.
where she at, but she on the other side of the world. Maybe she, but yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
But how was your weekend, Dutchie? We asked everybody how was yours.
Pretty good. I had a pretty good weekend. Long week. I'm still gathering myself from last night, so I have to say it was a good weekend.
All right, we're gonna take it easy on you today. All
Yeah,
right,
man.
Malik.
We gotta
Malik
talk
is-
about that party later, girl.
Yeah.
So let's get into these topics, though. What?
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, and what you guys were talking about kind of leads into it too, and that was a good point. So we were talking about First Amendment rights and censorship and comedians and what they're allowed to do. But
yeah, I do believe there should be boundaries. I do, because like certain things, people, like I said, oh, my friend died yesterday. You already laughing and joking about it. No, or my wife, Will Smith, and I was disturbed, like I said before, how he went about it. But somebody like me, you ain't gonna talk about my wife either. So I'm different too. I'm gonna want to approach that situation too. I probably wouldn't do it on camera like he did, but yes, that's what I'm saying about boundaries.
we about that life, but not about that.
Yeah,
life.
like
My biggest issue wasn't with Will. My biggest issue was with Jada, because as a wife, you're the first line of defense. I never saw her reach out and hey babe, don't do that, or try to reach for him or grab him or anything like that. Because when you're not thinking, sometimes heat of the moment, you're not gonna be thinking when you react. So if you have a spouse or your best friend or whoever, that's usually who's supposed to be like, hey,
Yeah,
get them behind the stage, behind. If it's gonna happen, don't let it happen in the public eye. But she never got up, she never reached, so I have a problem with that.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, that is the truth. I mean, look at what Cleopatra did to Mark Antony. Had the whole Russian army go after him. Women are dangerous sometimes, right?
What did he do? What did you do? What are you talking about? I don't know. I'm not familiar.
A woman scorned.
A woman scorned. What do you mean? What am I talking about? Cleopatra had Mark Antony destroyed, killed him.
Oh yeah, you going way?
I'll fix your ass.
He went way back to Roman time, man.
You want to? Yeah, you want
history of it all.
He went way back.
Well, that's what I mean. It's been going back for so long. Nothing's ever changed.
Hey man. If y'all went on that walk with us when we were in the garden, Adam and Eve, we would have never bit the apple because you'd have been.
That's right.
Went on the walk. Just went.
So since I came in on the ass end of everything, so since I came in on the ass end of everything, and I kind of like in 2 seconds kind of gathered everything. So we're talking about what should be allowed to be said as jokes.
That was kind of randomly, yeah. What we got into before we got into the actual topics, but yeah.
Yeah, we were just bullshitting on the phone.
I don't know. Okay, so I'm 43, right? I grew up in a Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, you're right.
Eddie Murphy. I grew up in an era where
Andrew Dice Clay, don't leave him out.
Yep, don't leave him out. I grew up in an area where people weren't so sensitive and jokes were just jokes. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit wasn't so sensitive. And you could say a lot of, truth be told, you could say a lot of homophobic, transphobic, and racist ass shit. But everybody knew it was just jokes. You understand? There was
over time, as research is being done and you realize certain things affect certain communities, and because of over time we evolve, you feel me? And I just feel like a human nature, just like we know it ain't right to kill somebody or to lie on somebody or steal from somebody, we should know certain things when it comes to the words that come out of our mouth, as far as like, oh, this kid, like whatever, like certain things that's serious that shouldn't be. You should know, you know what I mean? Everything is situational. That's what I feel. Read
the room. Read the room. As Tony tells,
like everything
tells me all the time. Read the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to disagree, guys. I guess I'm gonna be the one to disagree, and I'm gonna say why. Because that just goes back to the fact that now you just can't do or say shit anymore. You can't do and you can't say anything. Like the kissing. What is that Santa Claus song that now it just became a whole big thing? They took it off because
Santa baby. No.
It's a lot of changed recently.
Yeah, and I get it's progressive, but at what point are we gonna
under the mistletoe one? You talking about kiss?
What one of those?
Yeah.
I do believe that it's a lot of stuff now. You can't say anything.
Maybe it's cold
You can't-
outside. That's what you're talking about. Maybe
Yeah.
it's cold
Oh yeah.
outside. Because they were saying like the woman,
Yeah.
like she's trying to leave,
Way to go.
and he's like, "Nah, stay." Well, have a
He's
drink.
telling her to
But
stay,
I'm trying to leave.
but I'm trying to leave. Get out of here, bro.
Cold outside. Stay in.
I had to think about it for a minute. Yeah, maybe it's cold
A lot
outside.
of people-
Don't go out there.
I think what's happened is social media has happened.
Mm-hmm.
That we have become desensitized to the wrong stuff, and we become sensitive to the opposite.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
See,
feel
We
it's
have
a
become
double-edged sword,
pacifists.
Tony. It's a double-edged sword, right?
I can agree with that. Yeah, pacifist
So,
for sure.
and this is what I mean when I
Where
say
we
read the room,
become
right?
weak, we become everything bothersome. The
Yeah.
world is changing like everything else changing. Yes. In 1969, 5 million people died of the China flu, but we didn't hear about it because guess what? We didn't have social media. Now
Yeah.
one person
Is
dies.
that a good thing or a bad thing? Now we're hearing, now we're knowing more information. I'm sorry, Malika, though, we cut you off. What was you saying?
Wait. Moochie, you got some feedback.
I know, that ain't me.
Oh.
Oh, but what was you saying, Malika? Because you said something, we cut you off. And then,
Oh, shoot, I done went down the wrong path now.
Right.
Come back to me.
and, all right, to Jimmy, is that a good thing or a bad thing that we have social media, that the kids and everybody knows what's going on more? We got more access to information. We got
It's
more access to...
It's a completely insane thing. And it's the ruination of our country. It's the ruination of our social being as humans to each other. You can either have the choice of being in an aggressive state or a non-aggressive state. Hey, I like that guy. I'm going to follow him. Hey, you know what? He's right. I'm going to become a hater. Hey, you know what? I like what they're doing. They're doing the right thing. You become like a TV station. You can change the channel and see where you want to go with yourself. And that becomes dangerous because, hey, you know what? I'm sticking with him because it's not just becoming peer pressure. It's the people that you hang out with and the people that gather.
The masses, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Cancel culture.
You got it, babe. Good answer. And I want to tell everybody right here, I love you, but it's great being stoned on this show and listening to you guys. I fucking love it.
I agree.
I love it.
Fun.
I just want to tell you guys are great. I like how you bring me in, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Somebody
Main
just said
assistant,
really quick.
Dutchie and Mia's assistant, you know.
All right. So back to what we were talking about with the censorship. So I think that the censorship is a fine line, right? And that's why I said read the room. Because if you go to for instance, you go to a place and you're a white comedian and you say the N-word, everybody's going to jump on you, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in a room and you happen to be the black guy and you say the N-word, people are going to let it slide.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's about reading the room and knowing who
That's
your
what I'm
audience
saying.
is before
That's what
being out there. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, what winds up happening is if the guy has read the room and there's this one-off person sitting in the back recording, now it's on social media, and now everybody's busted, right? And,
Yep.
and it's not fair. It's just not fair because he had read his audience before he got there.
So that's the problem with social media. Now I'm getting it. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You sometimes see things that you don't or shouldn't really get involved in. Like I think the worst thing is Twitter. And because it's poll line, as you start answering a question, like they just kicked me off of LinkedIn because a guy was praising Trump. Yeah, they kicked me off for 30 days.
Kicked off of LinkedIn.
Oh, babe, I get kicked. Listen, if there is an award for getting kicked off of Facebook, I'm definitely going to get that award, honey.
Well,
I am the man. That is my privilege.
LinkedIn, man. That's a
Jimmy, don't feel bad. I get banned on Facebook every 30 days for at least 30 days.
You do too, right? Yeah, I get kicked off.
Always. I'm always banned.
Constantly.
Don't
You
feel
know.
bad, bro.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Jimmy. Go ahead, finish your story. So you got kicked off of LinkedIn.
Yeah, I got kicked off of Facebook because a guy was speaking of Trump as praising him as a god. And, you know, this guy's right out of the Hitler playbook. he only cared about the rich and wanted to just do mass destruction to our society and our democracy, which is terrible. And right now we're in big trouble, and I want to let everybody be prepared and get ready.
What did you say to him?
What, buddy?
What got you kicked off?
Well, I started. It was about a white kid. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. He went with a whip and he started whipping at a 10-year-old. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something.
You didn't see that, Dutchie? You looking like you didn't see that.
No.
No, I'm sorry, but did you see that? Was that not the most disgusting thing you ever saw? And that guy taking out a gun. But let me tell you.
No, Jim. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Backtrack. Tell us what happened in the video, because I didn't see the video.
Because I have no idea. Who can know what happened? Because what?
Okay, a 10-year-old boy went up to a 10-year-old girl's house on their property and started whipping the door, demanding the girl to come out of her house. I was appalled. I was appalled. And one guy made a very sly comment. And the disruption that, to me, I took it as a racist thing, like he was almost condoning this little boy. Yeah. And I said, if I was in front of you, I'd rip your, I guess, bigot head off you. Piece of puke, all this stuff. I'll knock your teeth out of your mouth. I want to destroy you and people like you. And the next minute, Facebook put on you are now kicked off Facebook for 30 days for slanderous views. And I'm like, you know what?
That's jail worth being in, Jimmy. Free Jimmy.
Free Jimmy.
You know who I felt like? Did you ever see Cool Hand Luke with? I don't know if you ever saw that movie. No. He said, "Come on, give me the 30 days." You're going 30 days in the hole. Said, "Give it to me, Facebook. I'm used to your shit."
But something about Facebook that I have an issue with. You cannot say anything, any of the references of anything homosexual, transsexual. However, you can say the N-word. Don't believe me? Go on there.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty, listen, this is what I mean about social media. They control what you can and cannot say, and Elon Musk is right. Even though we might not think or believe in what Trump was doing or this one was doing, we still have no right. He has that right because that's what this country is. But unfortunately, he is a bigot, and he was not good for our society because he caused a lot of dissension and hate and separation. And that's what Hitler wanted to do because he definitely wanted to be a dictator. Yes. But we have too much chaos because somebody said, "Yeah, I saw a bunch of ballots floating down the river." There was no ballots floating down the river.
Wow.
And this is what I mean. And I could tell you stuff I was studying. There was the AMS report, which came out about this whole thing. And it's pretty crazy and how diabolical the politics and the people that run our laws in this country. They're run by the Coors brothers. They're run by Avery Smith and all these billionaires that say and do. Hey, Mook, if you were a senator or congressman and I said to you, "Hey, Mook, I'm going to put $500,000 in your pocket. When you retire, you're going to get $100,000 a year." What are you going to do, Mook? You're going to pass laws that help the billionaires.
Let's stick to the topics.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Video of Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? Did you see her getting ripped by the prosecutor? Did you actually see that? I mean,
Ms. Vasquez killed her. She pummeled her.
Jimmy, seriously, go ahead. What do you think about this before we get into Dutchie? We'll see, because Dutchie the one that presented this story. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's. Do you want to present the story? And we'll come back to.
No. You guys go ahead, so that way. Yeah. Y'all get it out, and then I'll get into.
She got I swear to God.
Well, she was just embarrassed. I mean, I don't understand how she could even hold her head up in public right now, because it was just embarrassing for her. It was embarrassing for women. it was just embarrassing the way that she handled this whole situation. She's
Yeah,
coming
this
across
causes
as a woman
resentment.
scorned.
You're
Huh?
right.
Yeah, she's coming across as a woman scorned, and that's just really unfortunate. And so what's going to wind up happening now is that when women are really being abused, you know, because of her wolf crying, now people aren't going to take us as seriously. And so she's diminished. Like, she took the women's right movement back 100 years single-handedly yesterday.
Yeah, this kind of puts ripples. I agree with you, man. It's really messes things up. Men become resentful. Women become resentful of men. They start arguing about this, and women are, because women talk with women and men talk with men, you know. So what do you think happens? Yeah, my husband this, and you know, and all this, and that's what they do to you. Hey, man, it's an ugly, ugly thing for both of them. There's no way that Jhonny Depp wanted to be off of the Pirates of the Caribbean, but you see how it works. I mean, this is what happens.
He made that franchise. I didn't mean to interrupt, but he made that franchise.
I agree with you 100%. Yes,
for sure. So wait, your conclusion, Nia, is she's lying about everything? What is your
I don't
what do you
believe
think about her now?
Now, I've never believed Amber Heard from the beginning. I'm just going to put it out there. I typically am a decent character reader. I'm decent at reading people's character, and she just came across as somebody who was scorned and mad and vindictive. And you know, you see some of her smirks. You realize that she did some of the same things that she did to Jhonny in the first marriage.
Oh my God!
Really unfortunate.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like what? You know any? Like, hold up. Well, yeah, that's crazy, yo.
Hey, have any of you guys ever been a celebrity? I know I'm not. I don't know if
I
you
am.
guys.
I'm a celebrity in my
There
own
you
mind.
go, babe. You're right. You are a celebrity. I'm so sorry. Damn it, I apologize. Did I smack myself?
No.
So listen, no, you know what the thing is, but shit goes to these people's heads, man.
Yeah.
They feel like they're above everybody and above everything and above law. And in reality, this guy must have really seriously been scorned, because he's worth over $220 million and an assessed value, because Disney's going to be paying him for the rest of his life. And I'm sorry, these people think that they're above the law. I knew a bodyguard that was with followed Jhonny Depp, and he would watch him at parties. And what the hell went on? He goes, Jimmy, it was insane. It was insane. Drugs and coke, and yeah, he was a partier, and he was out doing the extreme stuff. And she just
above the law. Who are you talking about, her or him? Because
I'm talking about her.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm talking about both of them. I'm talking about both of them. You know, to be honest with you, any man, I know, but if I got abused, I'm just going to get out of the relationship. I'm not going to try to destroy my career and her career. Hey, guess what? You were a bad girl, but I'm not going to humiliate you and destroy you. And I think that's what his sole purpose is. He don't give a shit. He's got his music, man. The guy loves his music. He was on stage playing with Jeff Beck. Screw him. No, I'm only kidding, man.
Love him.
I just wish I was playing on stage with Jeff Beck, man.
All right, so let's get to Dutchie, because she's the one that she's
a bad seed, man. She's a bad seed. It's just she thinks she's it. You know, she thinks she's on top of the world. She thinks she's better than everybody.
But
and
you're saying Jhonny Depp is perfect?
No,
I'm sorry.
by no means.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
I don't think they're both without sin. I think Jhonny Depp should be a man and walk away, let the girl try to salvage her life, learn her life lesson, not be an idiot, because now I guarantee you her next job is going to be this. Welcome to McDonald's. How would you like your burger? Because who's going to hire her now, man?
Wowza.
Yeah.
I greet her at the Walmart, huh, Jimmy?
How you doing? If you supersize your fries, I'll buy you a hamburger for free. Supersize your Coke.
Let me get into exactly for all of y'all that are watching and have no idea what the hell we're talking about. Okay, so with the case, the Amber Heard and Jhonny Depp case, that's kind of everywhere right now, right? So we watched the video. Did anybody, Jimmy? Did you watch the video? Did anybody make sure Jimmy got the video?
I'm not sure. I don't think he got it.
Okay, so the three of us collectively watched this video where the lawyer dismantled. There's a difference between a good lawyer and a badass lawyer. This lady was a badass lawyer, and I mean in a good way. For every lie that she told, she didn't just rebuttal it. She went back with evidence. She went back exactly to where, if it was at section 208, such and such and such and such. Do you remember when you said? And the thing about all of this is, it's, you know, and I've kind of picked up on what everybody said.
Yeah, she's a good lawyer, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we even get into the details of exactly what was rebutted and what is obviously allegedly lies, you know,
because Jimmy's smoking.
This is a dangerous game, and I say this as a woman. It's a dangerous game because we do have a lot of abused women.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
like
she's flat out lying. I do believe that I believe she's flat out lying. Do I think that they, you know, Holly weird is what they call it. It's weird shit that goes on. You know what I mean? And I'm sure all of these people are screwed up, but to take a man's credibility and dismantle it out of pure hateful and spitefulness.
Karma.
If he wins this case, this shit is gonna set a tone for a lot.
Yeah, she went over the line with that. I agree, man.
You know, so if in fact they find evidence that she curated that video with the bruises, because right now that's what they're looking at.
This is damaging. This is very damaging.
The bruise kit, there's the bruise kit.
For men and women.
There's the photos of her with the bruises earlier that day and not having them later that day.
Wow.
This was entered as evidence as well. So
I know, that's nuts.
Yeah, they have several photos of here's her right here, where she's got this bruise. She's also leaked. She's the one that leaked the information allegedly to TMZ, so they would be there.
Wow.
On both marriages, remember?
Yeah,
yes,
that's crazy.
She leaked the information to TMZ for them to show up to be able to film a specific side of her face.
Right.
And it would have to be the person who owns the copyright of the video, i.e. whoever sent the video. You understand what I'm saying? Which was her. There was also the situation where they were at the cabin or the hotel or wherever they were. And she claimed that he had destroyed everything and he just went into the hotel room. More evidence. She also mentioned it was only
I know, really stupid.
Yep, $62 light fixture, never happened. The manager actually came and testified as well. So all these people came back to backtrack and testify that pretty much everything that she said was bullshit. Kate Moss testified it never happened, you know, and this lady's like destroying her on the stand. And now
she's destroyed herself, man. She's done.
Ask yourself, when this is done, when it's all said and done, what happens? Because it's already hard with victims. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's already hard because you do have a lot of it. Once you cry,
making it hard on other people. Yeah.
But now you have a celebrity. Again, I've never been a celebrity that everybody knows, but that doesn't mean I'm not one. But as a celebrity, you know, there's a lot of influence, and again, it goes back to social media. So now the masses are about to make a decision about your life. You just got caught lying. It's not like back in the day when it was in the minds wanted to know. Now it's about to be worldwide publicized real time. This is all
shot.
Yeah, it's being done real time. So now after a celebrity is found to be, and we have another case with the same thing going on with Megan Thee Stallion. So if we have two where two women are found lying, because right now this is going on currently where we have two celebrity women who are claiming to be abused by celebrity men, and this is worldwide news right now. I know. They're both being called liars. Both of these women are being called liars. And the sad part is, if not one, it's either one of them is lying or both of these women are lying. Or one of these women is telling the truth. I said it. I don't care how anybody feels about it. It's a fact. If you have so much evidence and you cannot be consistent about your story, you might not be lying about all of it, You understand what I'm saying? But there's something you're not telling the truth about. You can't say you shot me in the foot, and then. But last week it was just class. Now the sister might not be lying, but however, you've already created a narrative, and now you've created the distrust, and we have social media. We're watching the same thing with Amber Heard. Now you've created a distrust. So when this is all said and done, what happens to how victims are looked at?
Yeah, you fucking up for everybody.
So, and now let's talk back to Trey Songz, right?
Yeah, Trey Songz.
Oh yeah.
Prime example.
Get out.
Trey Songz.
What y'all saying? He being lied on?
I don't know if Trey Songz is being lied on.
I don't know if he's being lied on.
No,
that's not what I'm saying. The credibility is shot on women, is what we're saying.
Yeah. What if women are telling the truth about Trey Songz? But because we have Chris Brown. The girl just got caught lying on Chris Brown twice.
Yeah. She was a dirtbag. Now the thing
this whole thing is just ugly for both of them, man. It's a bad scene for me, you know, because as a person that went through a divorce and how I saw the ugliness happen to me, and then going and getting arrested for 4 months for overpaying my wife, and then not having a license.
For overpaying?
I was arrested and put into the Bronx House of Detention.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
For overpaying my wife because my wife never reported the money I gave her. Because I gave her a $17,000 check. I lost my business. I actually was living in my truck for 2 years from her lies, from her lying.
Well, Jimmy, you gotta have faith. There's women out there that are good women.
There are.
Yes. No, but you know,
few and far in between. I'm a rare diamond, honey, but they're out there.
Yeah, without a doubt, you know. And here's a man that gave her everything, gave her the house, the money, the bank accounts, everything.
Some bitches just don't appreciate shit.
No, you know, look, this is an ugly thing what's going on. Do I think that Jhonny Depp was abused by this woman? Absolutely. Look, I've met a lot of actors in my life, and when I was in the movie business really heavily, I met a lot of these people, and I remember, never forget what James Caan said to me. He's a really very, very interesting guy, very smart guy, and he said, Jimmy, don't you get it? Everybody in this room thinks that they are gods. They actually feel and think like they're a god. So
humans are crazy.
Let me ask you guys a question.
but she's lying and she's getting caught in her lies. But again, it's not just her. We're just witnessing as this shit goes on all over the place, man.
Yeah. And all over the world. It's
all over the world. But she is our poster child for abusive women, man. So
this was my point to bring it up. This is a real issue.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. I like to call him Bill too. I do like that. I'm gonna go against the grain kind of person, and I don't mind the controversy. I'm just gonna say it. Do I think some of the women were lying? Yes. Do I think some of them weren't lying? No. Here's what I'm going to say. I don't know. I'm about to say some real tricky shit. As a woman, and I'm talking about Bill's situation. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about Bill specifically. As a known, famous, married man, what the hell are you doing going up to his room at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night? What are you doing?
That's a good
8 and 9 o'clock at night, she could be delivering a package.
What kind of package?
I'm not talking about an inappropriate package. Because when I work, seriously, when I travel for work, sometimes I'm dealing with people till 10 o'clock if I'm trying to get a project together.
But you gotta.
So I say that to say they could have been on staff, they could have been working with them. We don't know all the women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, because
that
could be part of it, but some of it is, and this is explanation too. He's a fucking Bill Cosby. These bros like famous and fucking Bill Cosby. Like, they're gonna listen to him. Maybe they think he wholesome. They're gonna go have a drink and then be able to go home. What the fuck do they know? He's Bill Cosby. They're gonna follow him because he's Bill Cosby. That's the power.
So some women, it's just like you said when they walk in the room, and this was my question that I was about to ask all of you. Let me give you now. All of us would like to think that we have the best morals that our parents have given us. You understand? We'd like to think that we grew up in and have some sort of morals instilled into our mind. But when you give, and we'll even start with these Disney kids that are all fucked up. When you give people an unsurmounted amount of money and keys to doors that nobody else can get into, and other groups of people that have this type of money, then you got a secret world. You understand? Now, let's get into that part. These people are doing shit that we could probably never dream of being able to afford to. They can buy people. People are bought. You understand?
And so daily.
Yes. Every day somebody's being bought. Their integrity is being bought. You know, the same thing with the R. Kelly thing. I believe that some of those parents are just the same.
Parents, some of the parents for sure.
Yes. So
Not
when you Hollywood, Hollywood is a fucked up place. So you're gonna have all this abuse, this sexual abuse, sexual harassment. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that
was on the list for today too, Jimmy. I don't know if you heard. He's back in trouble in the UK. He out there touching boys out there. He got like 3 cases. What was it? Boys or it was girl? I don't know what the fuck it was.
All right, we're gonna have to visit that story next week.
I feel so bad. I used to watch that show a lot, and I don't watch that no more. But the one on Netflix, you know, the one his last show before when he got caught and all this.
Oh yeah,
he's a predator. Kevin Spacey. Jimmy, you didn't hear about this?
Yeah. Hey, look, you know, look at the cutting room, right? Look at Chris North, the actor. He got caught with sexual harassment too. And I was telling those guys karma. They're all coming out. Kevin Spacey likes little boys though.
What you saying?
Freaking freak.
I mean, I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing at Jimmy's
I'm Kevin Spacey. I have millions of dollars. I own houses all over the world. I'm in the limelight. And what do I want to do? I want to tinkle and twinkle little boys. That's what you want to do. You want to play twinkle, twinkle. You stupid son of a bitch. What the hell's the matter with people, man?
I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know.
I'm Kevin Spacey. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do something really good for my career.
They don't know any limits. It's men.
They don't.
It's women. The abuse is physical. It's verbal. It's mental. Sha'Carri Carter.
Emotional.
Who's the runner? Who's the girl? The Olympian. Sha'Carri Carter. Or she's a runner. She just the girl that got busted for smoking weed, and they
the one in Russia. They still got her, don't they?
No, not her. That's the
not Brianna.
Oh, not her.
She's right, Cherie. I think it's Cherie something or other.
Okay, now a lot of people drug this girl, and I'm talking about fame. Now, before nobody knew who she was. She became famous for being a young Olympian. Now they drugged this girl. Her mom had just died, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now it just came out that because when she was in Jamaica, they drug her in Jamaica, boy, and they dogged her out. It just came out that this girl was being abused by another. She was lesbian. Another Jamaican person was abusing her. They made a whole video, and also her mom died. So this girl was going through all of this, and here's what I'm saying: fame is a fucked up place to be. Yeah. Because nobody knows how mentally fucked up these regular people that have been giving a lot of money and a lot of opportunities, and they go a lot of places again that are in the world that some of us will never see. It's like they feel like they are gods, and you give all these people this shit without stability. You put that together with that drug of being rich, and that creates your R. Kellys, your Epsteins, that creates your Trey Songs and whomever.
Amen. I could tell you horror stories. I could tell you real horror stories. I don't know if you ever heard of the designer Nygar. He actually gave an island to Sean Connery, the guy that played James Bond. He lives on that island with those looks like tree stumps, and it's unbelievable. I took the Fuji model to Monte Carlo. They got a hold of a Nygar, brought her there, and about 50 men raped her and drugged her. And what went on, and when I found that out, my friend was horrified. I wasn't there, of course, and I didn't go. I mean, but that's what these people do. This is their MO. They do crazy things, man. Don't think that Amber Heard was never involved. She's been, I know a guy, Thierry, in France, when they have the Cannes Film Festival. I know she's been there so many freaking times, going there 3-4 times a week during the festival. And let me tell you something, what goes down over in that guy's house it's wicked stuff, you know.
Hey, Cat Williams, tell about those parties. Watch Cat Williams. He told us what goes on at them parties at some celebrities' houses, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is common. This is not uncommon shit.
So
it's very scary.
A lot of this shit inspires real life horror stories, like movies like Taken. If y'all remember Taken with
yeah.
Y'all remember
Liam Nielsen. I have a particular set of skills.
Yes.
To find people like you.
Yes. But to some, that's a movie. But again,
leave my daughter and go, or I will find you. Sorry, I love Liam Nielsen.
We see.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. You have a lot of very powerful people that have a lot of access and a lot of control, and like that happens.
That movie is real, babe. You're right. That movie Taken is real. That really shit goes down, man.
I think most movies come from real places. Definitely. Now, Jimmy, working in Hollywood and stuff, for the years you worked there and other things. Did you know Ray Liotta? Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ray.
Awesome.
Okay, you ready for my Ray Liotta story?
Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We were at the After Awards in California, and I was in Cannes, and I helped Jules. At the time, Patrick and him were doing the movie Knock, and we were in Cannes, and they were short $280,000, plus they had to cover the billfold of almost $500,000. Jules had that money in a bond account, which he used, but Ray Liotta did not want Jules Nasso involved with Knock. And we were sitting down with Gruber Nerva, and I was with Jules when they closed the deal with Cruz Wagner. And I remember being at the After Award after that happened when we came back, and Ray Liotta said some really crazy shit at Jules, but he happened to be right. He didn't want the weasel with him. And Ray looked at me and he goes, "Hey, I'm sorry." I said, "Hey, Ray, man, you do your thing. You say what you got to say. You're Ray Liotta. I don't care, I didn't care what he said to Jules. He goes, you should have watched over me. I said, "Hey, Jules, he wasn't saying anything that he wasn't right. He was completely right, And and then I met him another time at the Hard Rock Cafe in Manhattan. There was a screening for a movie Danny Aiello was doing. And, Danny and Ray Liotta, know each other from The Bronx Tale and all those movies.
Danny Aiello.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. But I met him and he remembered me. He goes, "Hey, you were with Jules, and you were with Nasso." And I said, "Yes, Ray, pleasure to meet you." And then that was it. He turned right around and took a picture, and I was forgotten about.
So you
thought he would have wanted to have a drink with me, but he didn't. It's okay, Ray.
Do they have a list of his movies?
Yeah, but he actually was a very nice guy. He was.
What's your impression?
Yeah, a lot of people. I knew a lot of guys that worked on Goodfellas, and
I love that movie.
they spoke very highly of him. They spoke very highly of him. He's very generous and very friendly. He says hello to the Grips and everybody. Mook, you know what it is.
Oh, for sure. And I love Goodfellas too, Nia.
He was in Blow as well.
Yeah.
He was in which one? Blow. He was also.
He was in
Blow.
He was in Blow.
Like
he was in Karina with Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yes.
I just was with Whoopi. I was shooting at her house, next door to her house. She came over to the neighbor's house.
You were over at her house?
Huh? She lives in Jersey. I ain't gonna say where exactly, but yeah, she just came. We were shooting at her neighbor's house, and she came over to say hi. She mad cool.
We gonna talk offline because I may know.
Community. Yo, New Age Plug said he killed Blow. Yeah, Ray Liotta, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, man. But he was a heavy partier.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You can tell, but man.
Hey, why do you think a lot of young men are dying? And same thing with Ray Liotta. Of course, look at him. He looked like he was 85 years old, and he was,
he was only in his early 60s.
Yeah, he was. Again, yes, he was a very good looking guy, but you can see how he aged. It's like if you drink hard, you're going to pay for that. As you get older.
So you saying
these guys?
I got a question.
Sorry, go ahead, Dutchie. Sorry.
Before y'all run all over me again. Has anybody seen Powder?
Powder, yes. That's one of my favorite movies.
Powder is a very underrated Ray Liotta movie. Very underrated.
It's a good movie.
If you have not seen it, I highly suggest you watch it. He's got a very different type of role in Powder.
Yeah, but
wait, Powder with the albino kid?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I've seen that. It's
a good movie. I remember it being one of my favorite movies. I don't remember it, but I remember I loved it.
Yeah. Powder was cool.
Yeah,
all right.
for sure.
I'll carry on.
But Jimmy, because he worked with Ray Liotta, rest in peace, and he knew him, so it's important that we get your fully impression of him while we on this show, because we put his name in the title. You feel me?
Well, look, when you're dealing with a lot of cameramen, a lot of the guys that were shooting a lot of his movies, he would sneak up behind him, and he'd like kidding around and jump. He goes, "I got you," and he'd laugh. He would go eat with the crew. He wasn't a prima donna. He was a real guy. And that's why he didn't like Jules. Jules used to say, yeah, Ray didn't want me part of that. What makes me mad is I was credited for a few movies as an executive and line production stuff. But Jules wanted to take full credit for Narc. Did you guys ever see Narc?
Yeah, I seen Narc.
Yeah, and I thought Jason Patrick, very nice guy, and he spoke very highly. I used to see him a lot at the after awards. But anybody I ever ran into, and Danny Aiello always said that Ray Liotta he's a very, very nice guy. He'll come up to you, put a smile on your face, and be a gentleman,
So I know
was his laugh really as infectious as it was on Goodfellas? Remember that one scene where Paulie was getting him?
Yeah.
Was his laugh really that cool?
Did he really laugh like that, Jimmy? That's what she asking. Was the laugh really that infectious?
Yeah. He was, when I was with John Cronin, a security guy I hooked Jules up with, that's where I met Ray Liotta at the after, and his security guy was pulling him away. But he made that laugh, with that mouth that opened up, and it looked like the chipmunk was ready to bite you. Yes, that laugh is definitely real. I got a kick out of that. I thought he was. I said, this guy's a daily crazy, so that makes him normal. Yeah. But he was. As far as I didn't know him personally, but I know a lot of people that were around him and did movies with him, and they said he was a really outstanding person, man, And anytime I ever met him, he actually said to me he apologized.
About what?
Well, because he was arguing with Jules.
Oh, yeah, you told him.
And I said, hey, man, I said, Ray, you're Ray Liotta. Do your thing, bro. You can say whatever you want,
Yeah, for sure. Because you understood business and show business, and he was probably number one wherever he was at, or number two. So yeah,
hey, bro, and he just didn't. He knew who Jules was. Mm-hmm. That's all. And you know what? He was being honest. And a lot of people don't like honest people, but that's what I liked about seeing him and how he reacted to an evil person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not afraid to say it.
You got people that are assholes in the business. that pass,
yeah,
and then it'll come out about them, and you got people that are assholes. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And
when you know somebody's no good and you don't want their name with your name, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It becomes a different. Listen, everything is not how you feel. It's like I got to be careful what I say. I got to be careful what I do. Yeah. You know, they put me in Vanity Fair, and I had no idea that this guy was a reporter for Vanity Fair with the whole Steven Seagal thing.
Oh,
and here I am. I'm painting the wall, and the guy goes, "Hey," he goes, "Is that an ass?" I said, "Yes, it's an ass." So he
put that.
Yeah, I did this very collage wall I hand painted for Jules Nasso, and I had no idea. And Jules comes in, he goes, "No, what are you doing?" So if you read the Vanity Fair article with the cover with Madonna on it, you'll read an article. I came into a room and the guy had a body of a linebacker, but the hands of an angel. I asked him what this was on the wall, and he replied, "It's an ass."
So you got ulterior motive with Jules. You got other beef with Jules.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I can't believe
it was pretty
about this situation.
It was pretty sinister, you know.
Hold up, give me a sec.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened to Malika?
Yep, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, babe, I was getting nervous. I thought something happened. I thought that big weed plant collapsed on you.
I think what wound up happening is my husband.
I said this poor thing. The chair's higher than the head. It could have happened. So.
No, my husband connected.
But anyway,
in the other room and it took over the speaker. So, y'all were blasting
on. I like to acknowledge y'all a couple comments. So New Age Plug, he said, "I will check powder out, Dutchie," and then he said, "No pun intended." So that was good, New Age Plug. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
to Ray Liotta.
Hey, man. Yeah,
my
favorite line. Fuck you, pay me.
And we wanted to have a moment of silence because on a serious note, and it's real out here for the kids in Texas and everybody in Texas who fell victim because it's a sad, terrible thing. So, how much time should we do, Nia?
I don't know. I'm from Texas. This is my favorite hat. So.
Wow, she repping.
Yeah, so we got
Texas. Shout out to Texas.
Yeah. Shout out to Texas for sure.
Back in the crib. So
what you think, Joe?
Hey,
since you're from Texas. And I'm sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to cut you.
I know it's we didn't want to even touch on it, but it's so messed up, it's so serious.
Well, you got to talk about these things, man, because they're real and they're serious. People go to me, Jim, you're not afraid to go to Serbia or go to Romania and you're in Austria and Italy. I was in Turkey. Well, you went to Turkey? I said, yeah, it was awesome. This shit does not. People ask me in Europe. Yep. People ask me in Europe, Jimmy, is that real? They asked me, is it real? I said, yeah, it was very real.
I can't believe that.
This shit only goes on here.
That happens here. It's a sick. And this kid was Spanish. I'm sorry to say it, but and we know we used to the white boys doing this, whatever else. But this was a Spanish.
Hey, bro, you know what? That's right. You call a spade, but you talk about you.
Let's get into the moment.
I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah. About how long do you think we should? How long, Tony, for your moment?
We didn't let Dutchie speak because she's from Texas. I'm sorry, we ran over her again.
Y'all are good. I think it would be more appropriate to do it the last minute of the show.
Okay.
So it won't interrupt what we got going on. I thought personally that we didn't touch on it this week, possibly next week, because I just wanted to give everybody time. I didn't want to be insensitive.
Yes.
To whoever was, because it's very fresh. But it is definitely something that we do need to discuss because there was more stuff that followed after that.
Yes.
Within the same state, and it being my home state, I definitely want to discuss it. But I do think this week it just gives people a loud to get their thoughts. And there was still more information coming out, so I don't think we should get into detail until we have the rest of everything, collectively together.
I'm sorry, Dutch. 1 second though. I'm sorry to cut you off, but for Jimmy, I apologize because we talked about this and I didn't involve you in the conversation and stuff like that. So she's going over what we already talked about, and I'm sorry about that, Jimmy. But go ahead, Dutchie. Yeah, we're gonna leave this for another. I'm sorry. Next week though, because it's
no, it's fine, man. You can talk about, this is it's a horrible, disgusting thing that's going on.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that.
These are. Are you gonna do that next week?
Yeah, we're gonna do that next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do it next week.
So we get
it's sad, man.
We'll talk about it. So Dutchie, you finished? Because we're gonna get into the moment of silence. We're coming up upon an hour. We've been doing an hour. I think we'll just, keep it at an hour for now, unless you know what I mean. Nia, where you going? Because we're going to moment of silence.
All right.
I think today was a great show, though, man, and definitely, it was a lot of insight, a lot of good, interesting things that said by everybody. And as always, appreciate everybody. It's fun. I'll be looking forward to it all the time.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here.
Yeah, it's also a good platform in a way you can talk about things that are bad because, look, these shows and these things or discussions in groups are becoming very popular, and this is a good social media platform instead of the aggressive messaging, and getting kicked off of Facebook every 30 days. Yeah, babe, it's me and you, honey.
Yeah.
We're the only people on this show to get kicked off of Facebook. You be proud of yourself, girl.
And when you're dealing with current events, days are going to be hotter than other days, but people have been checking and they be coming and gradually, but it's all good. This is great. It's therapy too for me, actually.
Yeah.
Y'all like my psychiatrist.
I'm going to send you a bill then.
But yeah, so we'll do 10 seconds moment of silence, on a serious note, because that's what we said we're going to do, and we're going to end this show.
All right.
For Texas, let's go. Starting now. Thank you. And I love everybody. We love everybody.
Hey, Pete.